Hey guys, welcome to Diecast. So in today's video, we are reviewing the Exoto Motorbox Porsche 959. Alright, so it's now time for the external review. So far the color is very nice. It does have that metallic sheen to it built up in the paint. As you can see, the door handles are a separate piece, and you can see that they did some accents on some of the parts that aren't opening, but at the same time you can really tell that they made an indentation just to show it. There's a little bit of that outline there, and as you can see there are some vents here. It's not a through and through vent, but that's okay. Unfortunately, in these earlier Motorbox versions, they do not feature like separate pieces such as the side markers. It's actually just a painted piece, unfortunately. But we'll discuss later more in the wheel detail. As you can see, there are valve stems on those wheels, so that's nice. And aside from the vents from the rear right here, we also see some more vents in the front. And again, we see more detail in the front here. Some of these lenses, they are separate pieces, but again, they look pretty basic since this is the entry-level model of Exoto as well. But what lacks in detail on different parts also makes it up to those headlights. Very nicely done. And as you can see, the decal is also unfortunately just a decal. Like, I was hoping it was a separate piece, but again, that's what you get. And then you get more vents down here. And we go on the other side. So as you can see, there's only one side mirror for this model. And it's virtually similar on this side. And as you can see, that side mirror, very nice detail on the reflective mirror decal there, or sticker. And as we go to the rear here, see that iconic 959 Porsche wing, and we do get some more detail on the rear lights there. As you can see, they are textured right there. And you get the exhausts, which are through and through actually, and you can see more detail underneath. And we have more vents underneath as well. And then if we look up top right here, we do see a 959 decal and a vent, which is a through and through vent. And now when we come to underneath the model, as you can see, very basic detail on the suspension as well. You can see some remnants of some vents right here in the front. The tires are looking good though. Model weight is, I want to say, a pretty decent weight for a model vehicle. It's not that heavy, it's not too light. And yeah, there's nothing that you can see right here in the midsection, but as you get to the back, you can see more engine detail, but as you can see, it's only half an engine detail. So it's built in with the chassis. You do see the two turbos right there at the back. I love the engine color. And then the manifolds, very nicely done. And then you get those exhausts. Alright, so now let's get to the wheel detail here. So as mentioned earlier, there is a valve stem there, which is a nice addition. There is that nice Porsche logo in the center cap. And then we also get a nice black caliper there. Unfortunately, there's nothing written on it. No decals whatsoever. And then you get this nice disc brake that's also drilled. And you get pretty much the same thing at the back here. Alright, now we go for the interior, and as you can see, I do have mixed feelings about the interior. So as you can see, the interior is carpeted. It's lightly flocked. It's not heavily flocked like compared to an Auto Art, say. You can really tell from afar, but this is flocked. It has this nice finish to it. You do get the dash, but again, the dash is very plastic-like. You don't get a lot of colors, like as you can see the gear shifter there, it's just one color. Unfortunately, they did not do any detail and coloring that much inside the model. So there's just a bunch of silver buttons or dials, and yeah, so it's just a combination of silver, black, and gray, unfortunately. And then you get the seat, which unfortunately looks very blocky, very plastic, as you can tell. And then as we go through the front, or should I say the frunk, so there is a separate piece in here for the model. Which I'm just not going to bother using right now. And as you can see, you get more of these nice carpeted frunk. And you also get that nice piece right there on the upper right hand side. So yeah, there are some good and bad to this model. Like you can tell, like it has this quality of basicness, I'd say. So there are some good on this Exoto, and the last part would, I'd say, represent Exoto how it was when they first released this model. Like you can tell with the detail here in a bit. So there is a 959 decal on the steering wheel. More of those vents. You do see those pedals. Gauge cluster does have some decals on it, and it looks very, very legible. Yeah, you could definitely see the rest of that. Let's see that door card detail here. Yeah, so they actually did some more detail, and then as you can see, that bottom part does have that flocked look interior. You can see the separate buttons on the side, or levers, or switches, I mean. You can see the speaker, and it's basically the same on the other side. I just want to quickly show you guys the other side here. So yeah, it's fairly the same, except for those two switches, as you can see. So yeah, like this is what I mean when it's mixed. It's such a great model, but as soon as you look in the interior, especially just that center console where you see that gear shifter, it just looks so, I don't know, like you wouldn't know that it's an Exoto brand. Anyways, we'll get to the best part of this car, which is the engine bay. So if you look at the engine bay here, you can definitely see more engine detail. And then if you look at the right hand side, you will see some engine info, which I like, and it's quite legible actually. So right off the bat, I could kind of see that the writing is in German. So that's a nice feature there. So, and then you see more engine detail. Unfortunately, the wiring is not separate from the pieces. It's actually just molded in and they just painted it. But the engine detail here is worth mentioning. So far, I want to say it does have like a low quality feel to it, but at the same time, some parts are noticeably in the high quality feel as well. So I'm kind of mixed with the feel of this car. And as you can see just quickly here, there are some speakers and those look like mesh grills. I'm not sure if they're decals, but I'm not surprised if they are. And the rear seats do exist as well. But I'm not quite sure who's gonna fit the rears on this car right here. Thanks for watching, guys, and as always, please like, comment, and subscribe. It definitely helps me make more videos like this, and I'll see you guys next week Wednesday. Have a good one.